Hi, this is Ushio, and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. We are looking at some of the mods. Last time we did the Not So Tragic Hero mod, and honestly, it was pretty damn good. It was excellent, basically. The people who made that mod have made another one called Saviour, and this is the mod that we're going to work from today. The reason I went straight to it as opposed to try a different one, apparently because you play the first game, it unlocks content in the new mod. So yeah, there's going to be more stuff. Click. We're going to move on in. Wish to glimpse the past. Very well. Alright, let's move on in. So, I think this mod focuses more on Bryce, but I think also you need to interact with Anna as well. So we're going to skip ahead and we'll work our way through. Here we are. I looked at the notes on how to activate the mod, and I believe that we need to get this blueprint. So if we study the blueprint, and it says we need to get that blueprint to Maverick, so hopefully that's fine, because you need to have a certain scenario set up. So then we got the sound, so hopefully that's fine. Okay, so here we are, we're on chapter 4. I could have skipped ahead, luckily I didn't. So they just had a meeting, Bryce, Sebastian, Maverick. And as Maverick goes to leave, I'm going to call this guy back. Wait a sec. He stopped and waited for a few seconds. What do you want? Have you got something against humans in general, or is it just Reza and me? Do you think you're superior to us because of your wings, teeth and claws, your fire? Or is it just jealousy or projected hate? I know the first day I met you, you were all hung up on people paying attention to us because we're human. I can assure you there's nothing about us to be jealous about. Our world is a wasteland. He closed the door and turned back around to face me. You're really playing the innocent role. Okay, so we've done this shit. We give him his shit, and that's good. So we're going to give him the map. One more idea I had, but I can't try it by myself. What is it? I don't have a whole day to waste on you. I got these plans for the underground facility in the archives. I know I should have asked for them, but it's believed to be related to humans, so I thought, if you want to confess some minor theft, go annoy Bryce. I'm off duty right now, and I'd rather spend this time on something useful. It's a copy, not the original, so no theft happened. Are you going to listen to my idea or what? Okay, go ahead. What if Reza is using one of the secluded rooms as a hideout? This whole complex is pretty massive, but it's mostly empty and devoid of life. Hiding there would have been easy. Impossible. The facility entrance is heavily guarded day and night. No way he could sneak in or out unnoticed. Are you trying to send me on the wrong track to help out your crime buddy? If so, you gotta try harder. Such an obviously false lead isn't gonna work on me. Are you sure that's the only entrance though? Sure, the main one would be looked after, but if this complex is really related to humans, it might have several extra entry and exit points. We rarely build structures with only one door, especially if it's something important. Yeah, he's thinking about it. So do we. I see your point. Maybe if the current lead won't net us anything, you should go and check. I'll give you the schematics. You know the local area much better than I do, so maybe you could figure something out. I don't trust you. But you may be onto something here. The underground complex could be worth a try. I handed over the rolled up facility map to Maverick. He hastily grabbed it and hid it under his folded wing. Why didn't you tell Bryce? He's too impatient, and we can't risk any rash actions. Besides, if Reza isn't here, it would be a huge waste of time for the whole police department. But if he is, any large police group would spook him. On the other hand, with this map, you can easily check the facility yourself while also being discreet enough not to attract any undesired attention. You know what? If this gets us somewhere, I might start to like you. Maybe you aren't just a clueless pawn after all. Thank you? You can take it as a compliment if you wish. Okay, don't try to be a hero. If you find Reza, don't teach me how to do my job. I know what to do. Still, take care. Okay, don't worry about me. And off he goes. Okay, let's keep moving. Yeah. I'll do it. Stop that bomb. And also tell Sebastian to not get blown up. Yes, go watch the fireworks, please. Good. Here we are, chapter 5. The fireworks are going off, and hopefully we can get through the ending. I'm trying to remember, it's been over a year. How did the Bryce's good ending go? I think Maverick got killed, But I think Bryce actually survived. Okay, let's find out. After a night of turbulent dreams, my consciousness returned to the shores of the waking world. Today's the day of the fireworks. Who do I bring? Alright, Bryce. Let's roll on up. Okay, ding dong, that must be him. I hope you're ready to see the fireworks, because I brought everything we need. Okay, so let's skip ahead and see what happens. There goes the fireworks. We realise shit's going down. Okay. This is new. We can't skip ahead. This is all new dialogue from here on out. Save that shit. Okay, inside I was met with a long illuminated hallway that was lined with doors on both sides. Since the lights were already on, Reza had to be very close. I wasn't surprised that the building still had electricity. Its generators were also powering the portal after all. Suddenly, one of the doors opened, and out came Reza, carrying a large cardboard box. When he spotted me, he set it on the ground. So far this is pretty familiar. There you are. You don't know how glad I am to see you. I've wanted to talk with you for so long. I even tried to contact you, but that didn't work with one of them on your tail the whole time. But the talking can wait. Now that you're here, we've got everything. Come on, help me with this, and let's go. No. What are you talking about? I'm not doing anything until you answer a few questions. You want to talk now? Sure, why not? We've probably got a few hours if you wanted to. None of them will disturb us here. We could even get the backup generator as well after we send this one over. Okay, so when did you realise that we were in the past? How did you know about the comet? I've known for a while. It's what I wanted to talk with you about when we met at the portal. How about you? Only just found out. Looking back, it just seems so obvious to me now. I'm not sure how exactly you figured it out, but there are so many damn clues when you think about it. I mean, how could a supposedly completely different independent civilization speak the same language as us? What was this supposed to be? An alternate reality? No, it's just a different time. When was there ever anything resembling these creatures on Earth? It's not hard to make the jump from dragons to dinosaurs when some of them here look pretty damn near identical to dinosaurs that we know about. And then there's also the prehistoric fruits, the plants, and the fact that their technological level is nearly exactly the same as our own past society. But we don't even have to think that abstract. Just look at the sky. The sun, the moon, and the stars are the same. The constellations change over time, of course, but you know that we could account for that stuff. You could have just pointed your PDA at the sky, and it would have told you the time period, including the imminent threat of being eradicated. You could even see the meteorite in the sky, and how it would change its position day after day. Okay, you done being condescending? I guess so, yeah. Okay, you killed the dragons, dude. What are you talking about? I didn't kill no one. Don't lie, you did it, I remember. What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. Are you telling me you weren't the one who stole the generators and those other things these past 2 weeks? No, I was in hiding. After what happened at the portal, I didn't dare do anything that could jeopardize the mission. Okay, so why didn't you come back? How could I? They wanted to arrest me. I was a fugitive. I was surprised they didn't apprehend you, but then you weren't the one who shot at one of the police officers. Come on, the murders only started happening after you were gone, and the police have gathered plenty of evidence, and you're the only one with a motive. All I did this whole time was trying to find ways to contact you so you could talk to our people and figure something out for me. Why would I escalate the situation like this? This is really weird because pretty much all the time Reza has been doing the murders. Sometimes, like the administrator woman, sometimes she's done it, but Reza is generally always doing the bad stuff. So this is okay. I'm not sure what's going on. Besides, how did you know so much about what the police were doing? I've been helping them because you were going about this the wrong way. I didn't kill anyone, I'm telling you. They have proof. I've seen it myself. Just turn yourself in and we'll go from there. Nobody can help you if you don't do that. No, I'm not going to turn myself in for something I didn't do. Not to these beasts. Who knows what they'll do to someone like me in captivity? How else do you expect this to end? I'm not doing anything until I've got free passage back home. Actually, I could just leave this place right now. The portal's fixed after all. That's not happening, dude. Let me ask you one thing. How exactly are you planning to stop me? I'm the one with the gun. You would shoot me to save your own hide? Only if you insist on standing in my way. You're not going to get away that easily. What are you going to do? I'll be long gone by the time you call the cops. I don't need to. They're already here. Suddenly, Bryce was standing next to me. You planned this, didn't you? You traitor. And to think I let you distract me with such a cheap trick, just because I thought there was still a shred of humanity within you. Okay, he pulled out the gun, not sure which one of us he should be aiming at. Just let me go, and I'll forget this thing ever happened. Do you really think you can do that? Do you really think this is worth risking your life for? I've been risking my life every single day for the last 2 weeks. What did you do during the time? Sip champagne in your nice apartment? Besides, this generator and the whole building came from our time. They belonged to humanity. Suddenly, the administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Reza. Okay, here she is. Confused, Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer who was slowly walking toward him. Who the fuck are you? Freeze! Want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free, you can't stop everyone here. If you say so. Boom! Okay, he pulled the trigger, and the administrator fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off. She is down. Okay, this new music's popping though. My first instinct was to run away, but as Bryce started charging, so did I. Don't shoot him. Reza was quick with his aim, shooting Bryce twice, before pointing his gun in my direction. I dove behind the box of the generator for cover, just as Reza was about to pull the trigger, but no shots came. As Maverick, suddenly a grey blur charged him from the side corridor. Reza managed to turn around in time to fire a single bullet, but it was in vain. Maverick slammed into him at full speed, sending Reza flying into the nearby concrete wall, knocking the air out of his lungs. The grey dragon opened his maw and leaned closer to deliver a fatal bite. Stop, we got him. It's over. Is it? He has diplomatic immunity. He'll walk. No, not after everything he's done. I'm going to make sure of that. Carefully, I walked up to Reza and picked up his gun lying nearby. Giving it a short glance, I stuffed it into one of my larger pockets. So did Reza not get killed this time? A quick search through Reza's inventory revealed a staggering amount of spare ammo, all put into speed loaders for convenience. This is way too much for simple self-defense. Yeah, better not leave this thing unattended. Too bad we don't have handcuffs to secure him. Damn, Chief, he got you good. I rushed over to Bryce to check on him. Are you okay? Fine. The bullets didn't go far past my scales. It hurts, though. Slowly, he got back to his feet. Good save, Maverick. I'm merely doing my job. So you decided on giving my theory a try? There was a second entrance at Taxi Park. I watched over it for a couple of days, but Reza never showed up anywhere near it. I wanted to call your hunch bogus, but then I decided to check on the inside of the facility myself before drawing the final conclusion. However, I was stopped by a sealed metal door. The access code was scribbled on the map, but my claws didn't allow me to properly handle the locking mechanism. For a time I had to wait and observe. When everyone went to see the fireworks, I realised it was the only chance I was going to get. Since I needed someone with hands to open the door, I went to the portal area to get Sebastian. He was at some secluded spot not far from it, and I talked him into helping me. Together we managed to get access to the second entrance, and this time nothing was blocking my way. Seb returned to his post, and I went to the complex to explore. Soon I heard voices and gunshots, so I rushed over here as fast as I could. Cool, nice detective work. I know my job. Good call on the map. So, do you trust me now? I might, but don't get your hopes up. Okay, thanks for letting Reza not shoot me, by the way. I couldn't let our oh-so-important Ambassador Ushio get killed, could I? I appreciate that. I officially support this notion. My death would have left a terrible stain on your police department's reputation. And don't get me started on the amount of paperwork I'll have to do. Okay, Bryce spent some time to check out everybody's injuries. Luckily, it seemed both Bryce and Maverick's were comparatively minor and didn't need any immediate attention. The administrator was not so lucky, however. She squirmed as Bryce moved her clothes out of the way to get a good look at her bullet wound. No, what? As I returned to them, I heard Bryce audibly gasping. Damn, is it bad? Hey, do you remember the first victim? The blood on his muzzle from fighting back was neither yours nor Reza's, but still distinctly human. I thought it was an error, or that our DNA tests weren't compatible. But Reza doesn't have a matching bite wound from him. She does. I considered the implications of Bryce's words. Whereas Reza usually didn't hesitate to admit the killings to reach a goal he thought noble, He denied any such actions this time. Of course, there was no use ignoring the evidence before us. This could only mean one thing. Why did you do it, Izumi? Why did you kill them? He did kill them, you know, just not in this timeline. If you can even remember my name now, then you should also remember what else he would have done, how he would enslave them to use as weapons back in the future, and how he doesn't care what happens to this world. I had to do it in order to put you on the same trail as he would have. If I had come to you during the first night and tried to explain to you that I'm a time traveller who had to kill in order to prevent a suffering that is magnitudes greater, genocide, slavery, would you have believed me? Who could have known that sometimes even Reza can change? If he didn't kill anyone, then there would be no investigation, and you wouldn't have known how dangerous he is when he comes to show his true colours. You just saw that even in this scenario, he wouldn't shy away from shooting others to get what he wants. Besides, I didn't want to risk jeopardising our experience by changing things. It could erase all the progress we've made, and the things we learned over many times that we've done this now. If I didn't shove you out of the way in the cellar when the light fixture come down, you would have died there and then. That's what happened the first few times. There was a lot of trial and error involved to get where we are now. You wouldn't believe the lengths I go to every single time, and the consequences if I don't. You could not have followed the same path and arrived here if I didn't kill them. The fact that you remembered that it was originally Reza who did it only proves just how important this is. Yeah, so in case you're not familiar, the whole story of the game, here comes the spoilers, the whole thing's like a time travel loop. So you reach the end, things go bad, you go back to the start again, but you retain your memories. So it's all a bit muddled with the time travel. It's all developed in a different way now, so this is all new. This is cool. Only if the events stay the same long enough will you be able to learn from them and remember, despite the effects the repeated teleportations have in your memory. This only tells me that I made the right call. Okay, so if Reza had nothing to do with it, then what was he doing when he was trying to take the generator? I slipped him a note he thought came from you. It said to meet here and take the generator before you'd leave together. He played his part well enough so you couldn't tell the difference. So he really did think that I planned all of this, and that I lured him here to have him arrested by Bryce. For all he's done, I think he deserves to know what betrayal feels like. Wow. I've listened to this long enough. It was you, and that's all that matters to me. Stop. I'll tear you apart. Oh my god, Maverick! Bryce tried to go between them, but Maverick aimed his shoulder squarely into Bryce's bullet wound. Bryce collapsed, convulsing in pain, as Maverick pounced on Izumi and tore into her. My hand reached for Reza's gun. It got entangled in my pocket, making me waste precious seconds to put it out. To make matters worse, my poor handling made the revolver's drum fling open. Both empty casings and unspent ammo scattered on the floor. My hands were shaking while I hastily reloaded the weapon. I think it's probably too late by this point, but shoot anyway. Without hesitation, I find a warning shot at the wall right next to Maverick's head. Step away from her. Maverick. Maverick got the munchies. Alright. I told you I'd show no mercy if I found the killer. That's enough, Maverick. Stand down or I'll arrest you. But it's too late. The administrator, Izumi, was dead. We needed her. The coordinates to the human world are deleted, and she was the only one who had the knowledge to restore them. You've just doomed my entire species to extinction. Millions of lives will be lost because you couldn't contain your murderous urges for a single moment. Can't you restore the coordinates by yourself? She was an engineer. Do I look like one to you? By the time I fully learn how to operate the portal, if I ever manage it, my people will certainly pull the plug on the generator trade plan. You messed this up really hard, Mav. I may be unable to overlook an offence of this scale. How was I supposed to know? You can blame me for her death all you want, but you can't accuse me of dooming your species on purpose. Maybe if you stopped your crusade against humanity long enough to think, this wouldn't have happened. I noticed how Maverick's eyes darted toward the gun I was holding. Oh shit! Ah, fuck. I'm so curious. Alright, make Maverick pay. Shaking with anger, I pointed it at him and pulled the trigger as many times as I could. Oh. Oh man. How funny. You called me out for killing her out of vengeance, and now look at yourself. Do you think this will help anyone? He was trembling and took a few slow steps toward me, only stopping when I aimed the gun at him. Just when I thought I could trust you. I should have known you'd shoot me, just like Reza did. It's not like that. You're a poor liar. No, I don't think I can explain. He shook his head weakly. Thanks for proving me right. Do you remember when I confronted you a while back and asked you to explain your reasons? You told me I wouldn't understand. You're right, I don't. His head slumped as he closed his eyes. He was dead. Oh man, this wasn't supposed to happen. My bad. Sorry, dude. What have you done? He thought he could trust you. I thought I could trust you, no matter how bleak things were. And this is how you repay us. I don't know what came over me, all the anger I've accumulated. It just clouded my mind. I see. For the sake of everything you and I have shared together, I'll give you one last chance. Return to your world, and don't you dare show your face here ever again. I'm going to put you in jail for the rest of your life. Your friend Reza is going to stay with us for a little bit longer, but he's going to join you soon. This is your choice. Take it or face the repercussions. I don't care. I can't care anymore. Hey, Chief, what's going on? Here comes Sebastian. Yo, what's up? Yeah, your show's leaving. You're to provide an escort to the portal. But why? You'll see. Before I go, there's something you must know. There's a comet on the way to your world. Warn the council and use the underground facilities generators to divert it. Okay, it's a frosty reception. Very well. Goodbye. Follow me. Okay, here we go. Standing in front of the control console for the portal, I had two options. Either I'm to go back to the human world and face the full consequences of my failure to slowly perish together with the rest of my city. Seemed like the only fair outcome to this. Or I could use the emergency coordinates to travel back to my day of my arrival and try again with the new timeline to set things right. Of course, I knew what had to be done, not for my sake, but for the people back home and for the dragons here. The cycle had to continue, regardless of how I felt. Was it really a choice? Did I ever have any? Soon after my departure, the dragons executed their plan and diverted the comet away from their planet. Following the fierce diplomatic exchange, the council declared humanity an unreliable partner and called off the exchange deal. Together with the PDAs, Reza was returned to Earth. Human officials questioned the council about my disappearance, demanding my return. To his credit, Reza diffused the situation, stating that he saw me enter the portal on the dragon's side. It was presumed I'd gone into self-imposed exile, unable to cope with the failure of my mission and the burden of living with it. Without the power, our city soon succumbed to the harsh world of the broken earth. That is the G ending. That was probably a bad ending. Looks like you messed up this one. Yeah. Maybe letting your anger flow isn't always the best answer to your current situation. It might make you feel good for a moment, but never forget the consequences. Try again, and with a different approach, if you wish, or don't, it's your choice. As always, I promise to keep quiet if you reload your save file. Okay, so that is the first ending. The G ending, the worst ending. So, yeah. I shot up Maverick. Sorry, dude. Okay, so obviously I'm going to come back for more. And this is fun, so we're going to see what happens next. And this is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.